Hey guys, put your name in the chat box to the right so I know who is in here. We've got about 30 people that we're hoping to see in here, so I just want to give everyone a few minutes to get in here, make sure the chat feature is working for my own sake. So let me know who is in here by typing your name in the chat box. Hey Kim. I think some people are having to get into their Gmail account, and if they don't have Gmail accounts, they might not be able to do the chat. So this is our first go at this. Hey, Peter. All right, we'll give people about 1 more minute. So if you're in here, hang tight for 1 minute. I got some text saying that some of our peer mentors are trying to get in and clicked on that old link. All right, well, I'm going to reward the people that are here on time and early. I was going to end with what's in the swag bags, but I think I will start with it for you guys, just so you get a little reward for being on time. I always appreciate that. So you guys might have seen, if you follow us on Instagram, which please do if you don't, because I post all sorts of stuff on there for you guys. Our new swag bags for this year are sweet. They are so awesome. And inside, we are going to fill them completely full. I don't even know if they're going to zip. We have so much stuff to give you guys. So those of you that are local, we are going to be reaching out because we would love to be able to do some porch drop-offs and bring these bags to you, because I honestly don't know if I can fit them in a postage box. So I'll be reaching out because I just want to make sure that you get all the stuff that I have for you. So these shirts right here, you will be getting one of these shirts. Make sure that you fill out the survey so I know what size t-shirt to put inside of your bag. You'll also be getting these, oh, it's backwards, but it says UMKC Sunbridge Scholars, super sweet water bottle. Got new ones this year. We're excited about them. Also, all of you will be enrolled in a math class. So I got the calculators for you that your math instructors have requested. And specifically, you're not allowed to have graphing calculators in your math classes this summer. And so I made sure to get the one that your math classes recommended. I also will have things like all your school supplies. So pencils, pens, notebooks, anything you can think of that you're going to need for class, we will have in your swag bags for you. Other things, I know when you guys were filling out your survey, I saw a lot of you really liked art. Hey, Amanda. Hey, I see a few more people added on, so write your name in the chat so I know who is here. Some of you guys really were writing about how you like to do art and you were creative. And so I'm reading those and I'm thinking, what kind of activities can we do? And so we actually have someone on our team that is also very artistic. And so I got you guys all mini canvases and then paintbrushes. I have paint coming. So we're going to do some paint with Josh activities. His name is Josh. He is very artistic. I will show you some of his work. But those are going to be in your swag bags too. I also have dry erase boards because a lot of our activities that we're going to be doing this summer, we're going to have different competitions, things like that. And so we're going to use our whiteboards for responding to things like that. Sam is on here, but I wasn't able to stop and get the coloring books that she is putting together. A lot of you talked with her on the phone. So you'll have colored pencils, and then we're putting together self-care coloring books. A lot of the program will be very intensive and stressful. And so what we're trying to do is also build in as much as we can to help you guys really just take care of yourself. So on that same note, chalk, we will have chalk competitions. So get ready, get prepared. There are going to be different teams of students this summer, and you guys will kind of be competing against one another for artistic and athletic, and there's going to be all sorts of different competitions that we're going to do this summer. Other things that I have in your bags for you, some cool sunglasses. They say ASM, Academic Support and Mentoring. And then I also have these journals. A lot of our program is going to be about learning who you are and who you want to be, and kind of owning what your story is. A big theme of what we're going to be working on is just understanding why you're here. And so we're going to be using these journals. What you don't see on here is I'm actually working on customizing them for each of you. So you will have your names on each journal, and you'll also have some pens, Summer Bridge pens and stuff to go with it. So there's still more, but that's a little sneak peek of what is in our bags. A couple other things I wanted to let you guys know. So we will have 6 peer mentors this summer. There are 30 Summer Bridge scholars. And so your 6 peer mentors, everyone's going to have a team, and you're going to be grouped together with a group of 5 or 6 other scholars. And you guys are going to go through and do activities together as a team. And so what I want you guys to do is make sure that if you don't follow the Instagram, follow the Instagram, because this week we will be introducing you to all of the peer mentors. They are going to introduce themselves by showing you a picture of themselves, who they are, what they're about. And then pretty soon we are going to let you know who your peer mentor is so that you can start getting to know them even before the program starts. How you're going to do that. So what I want you guys all to do is, if you have your phones in your hand right now, go ahead and download the app Microsoft Teams. And when you download that app, use your UMKC email address to create your login. And Microsoft Teams is going to be our #1 form of communication starting probably next week. So that's how you're going to be connected with your peer mentor. That's how you're going to know who's in your cohort group. That's where I'm going to be sharing a ton of information. And it's kind of like there's a text messaging feature through Teams, and that way you don't have to give out your cell phone number to a bunch of people you don't know yet. By the end of the summer, I have no doubt that you guys will all be sharing your cell phone numbers anyway. But Microsoft Teams is a really organized way of communicating with one another. And we will be using it a ton this summer. So download it now and kind of get used to it. And then be looking out because you're going to get messages from me in there. And the people that actually download, hey, Elizabeth, the people that are going to download the teams are the ones that are going to know who their team is the first. Because everyone else will have to download the app in order to figure out what group they're in. So strongly recommend being one of the first people to do that. Let's see. Don't forget to let me know when you have finished your checklist. There are a few of you that have not yet let me know that you've finished everything on your checklist. Oh, sorry, Elizabeth. I think you jumped in right in the middle. Download Microsoft Teams. So Elizabeth is one of our peer mentors. Everyone say hi, Elizabeth. She is going to be the one that's going to be leading a Teams group and letting you know who's on her team too. So let's see. Classes. Oh, I'm not going to tell you what classes you're in until you let me know that you've done your checklist. That's my way of making sure everyone's done it. One of the things that people are forgetting to do in their checklist is there is an internet test, a high-speed internet test. I really want all of you to do that because if your internet is super slow, and we have some in here that like, they've told me my internet is so slow. They ran this test and it was able to show me like it's super slow. And so I'm able to then go to UMKC and say, hey, my students need some sort of Wi-Fi support because like right now, they're probably not even able to be on this call because their Wi-Fi at home is like so horrible. So if you're having Wi-Fi problems, I need to know about it now. And to do that, complete that survey and that will give me the answer that I need. Let's see. It also has your shirt size on that survey, so I can't send your swag bags to you until you fill out the survey. Another thing is some of you have said like the address that you put on your UMKC app is not where you're currently staying at, which is fine. But I would really hate to show up at your house and do a porch drop off of your swag bag and you not be staying there. So if you've changed your address, please also let me know so I can get it to the correct address. Schedule. You guys want to know about the schedule? Any of you want to know about the schedule? Chat me if you want to know. Well, at least Elizabeth does. None of my scholars want to know what they're going to do this summer. Just kidding. I'm going to tell you anyway. So YouTube doesn't let me share screens. And this is my first time doing YouTube Live, so I'm learning as I go. Oh, hey, my is a peer mentor as well. So my peer mentors haven't even seen this. So this is new information for everyone but me. So this is a example schedule if you're going to be enrolled in Math 109 and 110 and you're in English 110. So as of right now, all of you are in English 110. Some of you are in English 109, 110. There's also some of you that are in Math 116, but the math times are essentially the same. So the schedule will probably work, will be very similar for all of you. And then there's like one or two that are in Math 120. And if you're in Math 120, I made sure that your math class is about the same time as everyone else too. Okay, so I will say this is subject to change because this is all from an Excel spreadsheet, but I'm still moving stuff around. But I wanted you guys to get a feel for what it might look like this summer because a lot of people are like thinking they can still work and thinking they can manage several different things at the same time. The schedule will probably help you understand like how busy we're going to be this summer, but also the fact that I am making sure that you have 30-minute breaks a lot during the day because I do not want you sitting behind a computer all day. I just don't. Okay, here we go. All right, it's probably backwards. I'm really sorry about that. So let's start with like a Monday. So Monday you would go to Math 110 and then you'll have like an hour break. and then we'll jump into UMKC technology, and we will show you guys every week. It's going to be a new piece of UMKC technology. As you have probably already learned, there are so many different passwords and logins and different things you have to click on for UMKC. So we are trying to make it as easy as possible and just tackle a different technology every week. So the first one we will start with is Canvas, because that's where a lot of your courses are gonna live essentially. And then this pink part right here, all during the week except for on Wednesday, that is your peer mentoring time. And so that is when you're gonna be with your cohort of 5 or 6 of you, and your peer mentors are going to be leading it, and we're going to be doing super fun stuff during that. That's when we're doing like our house points competitions. We're going to have fitness competitions, we're going to have art competitions, we're going to have community service competitions, and you're constantly just trying to beat the other houses in doing more fun activities essentially. During the middle of the week, you'll see this blue. That workshop is actually called Who Are You? Exploring social identity through a social justice lens. So like I said earlier, we're doing a lot of just like exploring who you are. I'm a social worker by education, and before this I did a lot of social work, and so I'm a strong believer in advocacy and just understanding who you are, advocating for what is right. And so that'll be a big piece of our program this year as well. Okay. So after that, you guys will be going to English 110. I have a little inside scoop for those that are watching. So English 110, there's really only going to be 1 or 2 days that you're going to be live like this with your instructor. The other days you're going to be working individually. They'll post the lectures on their Canvas page, and you will be working individually on whatever the lecture is. And then if there's like group discussions or assignments, those are all done like through the Canvas page. So you will only be live with your English teachers 1 or 2 times a week. Other than that, you're logging in yourself, which takes a lot of dedication. Peer mentors on here. Online classes that are held asynchronous. True or false? It takes a ton of dedication, because if you don't do it, you are going to fall so far behind. And in this program, like we cannot have that. We want you to stay on top of it, because to start your college career, we want you to have the strongest GPA possible. That is our goal. So a couple other things you'll see in here: campus resource workshop. We are going to do like a ton of different campus resources have agreed to come and talk with you guys, just to show you what it's like with the different resources on campus. Not being on campus, trust me, I am not happy about it. But as a result of that, everyone is now working from home, and they have all the time in the world to come and help us make sure that you guys feel comfortable with what's going on in the program and what's going on campus. So in the fall, you guys are going to be so far ahead of the game. It's going to be awesome. And then I have you guys ending most days. I'm not going to say every day. There might be a day or two. Most days are going to end at 4:30 though, because I recognize that a lot of you need to help out with younger siblings, need to help out with dinner, things like that. And so we will end most days at 4:30. There's a few exceptions, like you'll see this day, mock interviews. Career Services is going to come in and help us like prepare and do job interviews. One of my main goals by the end of this program, if you want an on or off campus job in the fall, I want to make sure that you have it before the school semester starts. And so in order to do that, I bring in Career Services, and they help prepare you guys for getting those jobs. Yes, thank you, Elizabeth. They do. And then I'm bringing in some famous people. So Diana Patton is an author, and she is also a motivational speaker and a lawyer. She's awesome. And I met her at a conference, and I just asked her if she'd be willing to do some workshops with you guys. And that's where the story building and identifying your story and advocating for yourself, that's where she's going to come in. So she's going to do 3 or 4 over the summer for us. I'll make sure to get you either her book or her audiobook just so you guys can see like she's come from a lot of trauma in her past and she is just rose above all of it and is one of the most amazing people I've ever met. So I'm super excited about that. You will also see on here, if you can read backwards, we have writing studio time. And so since you're going to be in English 110, that is going to require a lot of papers to be written. And so we actually have individual writing consultants that are going to help you guys with your papers. They'll edit with you. They'll show you like how to restructure things. They're going to make sure that you have your first college English course and you all rock it and get an A in it. So excited about that. Ooh, this is a new fun one. Right here. Academic unit activity. So I am looking at all your guys's majors right now, and I'm connecting with different people. So there's a lot of you that are BBAs. There's some criminal justice. There's gosh, you guys have a lot of different majors. And right now my head is blanking on all the different ones. But what I'm doing, oh, there's a lot of health sciences, pre-nursing, and computer science. So I am finding people from those units, asking them to come and hang out with us, not like do a workshop or anything like that, just so you can get to know different people. So that when you come to campus, you will already like have 2 or 3 different connections in that major. So when you have questions, you can just go to those people. Other things that is not on this week, that's a huge piece of our program is professional mentoring. And so right now, with all the information we have from you guys, we're finding people on campus that we think would be good professional mentors for you. But in order to really know who you are, because I only really asked like one question about like what you like to do in your free time, I am going to ask you guys here probably next week to send me a little video introducing yourself and telling me a little bit more about like your passion and your experiences, and what you want out of a professional mentor, because I don't just want to randomly select just anyone across campus because these professional mentors truly serve a huge role throughout your time at UMKC. And so I'll be reaching out to you via Teams, so download Teams, to ask you guys just to take a quick 30-second video on your phone, introduce yourself, tell me a little bit more. It also helps me because a huge part of this program is building relationships with you guys. Although it's virtual, like I truly care about every single student that is in this program and all of my peer mentors. And so I want to best support you. And the only way I can do that is to know who you are as a person and what's important to you. So I can connect with you guys a little bit better. And that's really hard to do with 30 of you. So to start it off, I'd really love just little videos and then we could connect one-on-one throughout the program as well. Okay, I've done so much talking. I think that I've given you most of the sneak peeks that I want to, but there are people on here that probably or might have questions, even if it's you guys peer mentors, totally fine. I'll give you guys about like, 30 seconds, 1 minute, think it over. Let me know in the chat box what questions you have. Maybe I gave you some new information today that brought up another question in your head. So go ahead and type anything you got in the chat box. Do, 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 do. All right, no questions so far. In case you're wondering, oh, one question. How long is the program? So we're going to start the program on June 6th. And that's what I would say, in case you're wondering. So our very first activity that we're gonna do together is to watch the virtual commencement that Michelle Obama is putting on. And she has a ton of different artists and stuff coming to speak. And then right after that, we're gonna jump into meeting your peer mentors and meeting our team. So that is on Saturday, June 6th. On the 7th, we will do Summer Bridge orientation, and that's like not UMKC orientation. That's getting to know what Summer Bridge is and like learning how to use all the different platforms that we're going to use and getting to know all the scholars and everything. The program ends on July 31st, and that is when our end of the year celebration is. Traditionally, the classes for July 31st, we ask our teachers to have the finals done before the 31st. So the 31st can just be a day of like celebrating. So yeah, it ends on 31st, but um, you've got somewhat of a summer with that. You have some August, and I'm hoping that the world will be open back up again, so you guys can do some fun stuff. It is possible. I mentioned this in one of the videos. It's possible that if they start allowing in-person things, that summer, if we get the okay, because it takes a lot to get an okay on campus. But if we get an okay, then I could get some small groups of you together for like optional in-person programming. If you don't live near Kansas City, it is not going to be a requirement by any means. But if you wanted to come to campus and do some activities with us, if we're allowed to, I definitely want to. And if not, I have saved some budget money for the fall for us to do some fun in-person events, since we're missing the ability to do a lot of the programming that we do over the fall or over the summer. We'll do something in the fall for sure together. Any other questions? I've met all your teachers. They're amazing. They're very understanding. Most of them have been doing online classes for a while, so it's not something new at all. The max in a group, great question, Elizabeth. Let me just get my little calculator out here. I think most groups will have five scholars. There will be maybe one or two that have 4 or 6, but the average will be about 5. And while there are some of you that have, like, similar majors, it is not my intention to pair you with everyone that's a BBA. You're gonna be in a cohort together. I will definitely make sure there's opportunities for you guys to really get to know one another, but we need a variety of different people and different thinking in groups to get us really, thinking in a different way. If we have a bunch of like minds working together, then we typically don't accomplish much. Well, I won't say accomplish much. We don't challenge our own ways of thinking, which is a big part of this program, is like growing and changing the way that we think. And there are people from all over the place. It's not just local Kansas City people in this team. Um, I believe, is it Kim? Are you from California? There's someone from California. I think it's Kim. Um, but we also have people from very rural areas and very urban areas. And so we have people from all over, which is super awesome. Yeah, see, Kim's in California. All right. Any other last minute questions for me while you got me? You know that you can always direct message my Instagram. It's either me or another peer mentor that is on there all the time. Sorry, my computer's going to die. So feel free to send us a message on there if you have any questions. I will save this stream for you and really for everyone that wasn't able to watch it. Um, I will have it saved so you can go back if you have any follow-ups that you want to, or you want to go and look at that schedule again. Um, yeah, so the link to the Instagram should be, oh, peer mentors. Yes, I will do that, Elizabeth. Yes, I am sorry. All right. So I hope that this was helpful. It's kind of awkward talking to myself, but I see that you guys are here through the chat. So I'm okay with this platform as long as you guys are okay with it. The reason I didn't just do Instagram Live is because I couldn't record it and then post it right into YouTube for others to watch, just so you guys know. And we'll put a lot of our videos on YouTube for this summer too, to make it easier for you guys to access it at any time of the day that you want. All right, guys, I can't wait. We are so close to the program starting, and I am very excited. So I will see you all soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and goodbye.